All right, listen up, because if you've been losing games and feel like you're stuck on the Clash Royale ladder, this video might be the turning point. Today, I'm going to take you through 3 real matches and break down exactly why so many players stay stuck, what free-to-play strategies actually work, and how you can finally start climbing without feeling like the game is pay to win. Let's start with the biggest reason players stay stuck. They keep switching decks. One day it's a Hog Cycle deck, the next day it's Royal Giant, and the day after that they're trying out Mega Nightbait. The truth is, when you don't stick to one deck, you never master card interactions, and Clash Royale is all about mastering matchups. So here's rule number 1. Pick one deck and commit to it for at least a month. I recommend something simple and cheap to upgrade like Hog Cycle, because you can get the cards in chests and tournaments easily. Now, watch this first game. Notice how I don't immediately panic when my opponent drops a big card like Golem in the back. Most players throw all their elixir at the same lane and lose instantly. Instead, I pressure the opposite lane with my Hog Rider. Why? Because forcing them to defend splits their elixir. You don't beat a Golem by defending non-stop. You beat it by making your opponent spend more than they want to. That's the first key lesson. Pressure is a form of defense. Now let's talk about elixir management, because this is where free-to-play players either win games or throw them away. Game 2 is a perfect example. My opponent spams cards at the bridge, hoping I'll panic and overspend on defense. But the secret is to defend as cheaply as possible. Use a 3 elixir knight against a 5 elixir prince. Use skeletons or archers to distract, and let your towers help. Every positive trade means I'm building up an elixir lead without them noticing. And here's the trick. Clash Royale isn't about winning in one massive push. It's about stacking small advantages that add up over time. Think of every trade as putting coins in a piggy bank. By the time double elixir comes, you're ahead, and that's when you cash in. If you've ever wondered why you keep losing in the last minute of games, it's probably because you wasted too much early. Patience wins matches. Now, game 3 is where I want to motivate you, because this is the situation every player faces. You're down a tower, 30 seconds left, and your opponent is spamming everything they've got. Most people give up here, but that's the worst mistake. Comebacks are absolutely possible, but only if you keep your focus. Here's what I do. Instead of dumping all my elixir into defense, I push the opposite lane with my Hog and support just enough to force them to defend. When they split their elixir, suddenly my defense becomes easier, and I open up a chance to equalize. Remember this, offense is often the best defense, especially under pressure. And let me give you some motivation here. The only players who never climb are the ones who quit. Free-to-play climbing is slower, yes, but it's also more rewarding. Every win you get isn't because your cards are max, it's because your decisions are smarter. That's what makes Clash Royale so addictive. Skill beats level more often than people think. Now let's recap the most important lessons from these 3 games. Number 1, stop switching decks in Master 1 because skill with a single deck always beats random experimenting. Number 2, learn elixir trades. Cheap, smart defenses build the foundation for unstoppable pushes later. Number 3, pressure is defense, especially when facing heavy decks or when you're behind. And number 4, stay calm under pressure, because comebacks are always possible if you don't panic. If you apply these strategies consistently, I promise you'll notice a huge difference in your results within just a week. And one final piece of advice, treat every game like practice. Even losses teach you something if you pay attention. Ask yourself after every match, where did I overspend? Did I waste my spells? Could I have pressured the other lane? That reflection is how good players become great. So don't give up, don't blame the game, and don't think you need to spend money to climb. You don't need max cards, you need max focus and smart strategy. Stick with me, keep practicing, and I guarantee the wins will come. Now let's get into the gameplay, and I'll show you these principles in action step by step. Stop scrolling, because this might be the video that completely changes the way you play Clash Royale. If you're stuck on ladder, losing to over-leveled players, or just tired of upgrading the wrong cards, then listen carefully, because I'm going to walk you through 3 real matches while breaking down the exact free-to-play strategies I use to climb without spending a single cent. The first mistake most players make is upgrading every card they like, instead of focusing on one solid deck. That leaves your elixir trades messy and your card levels weak. For this video, I'll show you a deck that works at every level. Knight, archers, fireball, log, Valkyrie, musketeer, cannon, and hog rider. Simple, reliable, and cheap to upgrade. Watch this first game. I'm starting with Hog at the bridge, not to win instantly, but to test what my opponent has. Always treat your opening move as scouting. If they defend with a building, note it. If they use a swarm, now you know your spells must be saved. Rule number 1, never overcommit early. Game 2 is where we talk about elixir management. Most players lose not because they misplay one card, but because they panic when they're behind on elixir. If you're down, don't rush. Defend with the least elixir possible and let your opponent waste theirs. A 3 elixir knight defending a 5 elixir prince is a perfect trade. Every time you get positive trades like that, you're basically buying yourself more hog pushes. And here's the mindset shift. Clash Royale isn't about one big push. It's about a series of small, smart trades that snowball into tower damage. Now, game 3, and this is the most important lesson, playing under pressure. Imagine you're down a tower, 30 seconds left, and your opponent is spamming. Most players give up here. But if you stay calm and push opposite lane with your wing condition, you force them to split their elixir. That's how comebacks happen. Don't just defend endlessly, pressure is your defense. And here's a pro tip. Don't fireball towers just because you're impatient. Save your spells for value, and only cycle them when you're certain it closes the game. So let's recap the core advice from these 3 games. Pick one deck and stick to it. Learn elixir trades instead of panicking. Pressure even when you're behind.